Okay, so we're going to bring our next speaker to the stage, and it's very rare that I get a chance to introduce someone and not necessarily have to look at some writing, and I can look at a nice picture here on his laptop, and he might show that to you later. But the next gentleman, actually, his new book is on the New York Times bestseller list. It's called The Laptop Millionaire. He's going to talk to us today about making lots and lots of money through lists. He's going to talk to us about the 4-hour business. So in 4 hours, run a successful business, makes a lot of money. Who'd be interested in hear about that? 4 hours, make a lot of money. Please put your hands together, make some noise for Mr. Mark Anastasi is in the house. Come on, come on, put your hands together, all the way from across the world, all the way.
Hi everyone, how you all doing? Good. Good. My name is Mark Anastasi. I've just flown in from Cyprus. Who here knows where Cyprus is? The island of Cyprus? Yeah? Wow, most people here know about Cyprus. So I have to ask, I usually start out with asking that question because I usually speak to American audiences, and when I mention the island of Cyprus, they kind of like, goes a bit over their heads. They tend to be a little bit clueless about that kind of thing. I'm sorry. Are there any Americans in the room? Just a couple at the back? I'm terribly sorry. I'll try and speak slower. So, no, it's great to be in Australia. I've been twice before here. I've been to Perth. Anybody knows of Scarborough Beach in Perth? Love Scarborough Beach, fantastic area. Love Perth, so now I'm getting to visit a little bit more of Melbourne, a little bit more of the Gold Coast as well, in Brisbane and Sydney, I guess. And I love, whenever I come to Australia, I have fun as soon as I get off the plane. You know that little questionnaire they ask you to fill out? I guess as a foreigner, do they ask you to fill it out as well? Like, have you brought in any soil with you or something like that? Yeah? I love those questions. These are fantastic questions. We don't have these types of questions, I guess, in Europe. They ask you things like, did you bring any soil with you? And they're like, no. Were you around any farmyard animals, right? Well, only my mother-in-law. And my favorite one is have you been convicted of a crime? Have you committed a crime? Are you a convict? I'm like, wow, I didn't realize this was still a requirement to get into the country. Okay, those were my only 2 jokes. We're going to be serious or not. Do you want to be serious? Do you want to seriously make a lot of money? Yeah. You want to make more money? Say yes? Yes. Fantastic. So let's begin. As soon as I remember my lines. Okay, so my name is Mark Anastasi. I come from Cyprus. I'm actually French. I was born in Greece. If you're trying to understand what my accent is, I don't know what it is. It's a mixture of French, Greek, and whatever, English, I guess, or American. So I'm going to share with you here about the 4-hour business, how to make over $10,000 a month working just 4 hours a week. Who is interested? Now, I know you've had some amazing speakers who just are doing incredible things, making huge amounts of money. What I've found is that if you make $10,000 a month, but you have a lot of free time, that $10,000, let's say in passive or semi-passive income, it's like worth $40,000 or $50,000. Who would rather make $10,000 a month but have a lot of free time to do whatever you enjoy doing, whatever you love doing, have a life that you really enjoy, or you'd rather make $40,000 a month working like 16 hours a day? Would you rather 10K or 40K? 10K, but with more of your life. What I'm trying to say is that $10,000 in passive income is much more valuable, I believe anyway, in my own personal experience as a business owner, than if you're working like crazy all the time, right? And you don't get to enjoy your life. So that's kind of the approach I'm taking with this presentation. I realize that you've seen a lot of speakers over the last 4 days, so I was asked to present something very simple, very straightforward, like one specific strategy that really makes sense, and we wrap things up with that. Is that okay? Yeah? And I'll be at the back, of course, any questions you want. If I've gone over something that a little bit too fast, perhaps, just let me know. But I want to share with you one really cool strategy today. Okay, great. So I've just written a book called The Laptop Millionaire. Anybody has heard about this book? It became a New York Times bestseller in April when it came out. So I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, The Laptop Millionaire. It's taken me 2 years to write. It's over 8 years of research, really. And in it, I basically put in over 130 stories from my students from around the world about how they're making money online. Since 2004, I've done seminars and I've presented to over 11,000 people all around the world. And by speaking to a lot of my students and clients, I got to figure out pretty quickly what works from what doesn't work. Does that make sense? Yeah? Does that make sense? Say yes? Yeah. Okay, good. And so, that's what's in that book. Anybody saw by any chance this morning the breakfast show on Channel 10? No? Good, great, because I sucked at it. Do you know who that lady is, what her name is? Kath something. No? Sorry, let me just make sure something. Are you guys Australian? Yeah? Part-time Australian, okay. Anyway, I was on a TV show this morning. The point I'm making is that I've written this book. I've been on TV here in Melbourne just this morning at 6 a.m. That was fun. And, but life wasn't always like this. When I started out, this was my life. For 2 years, when I was living in the UK, I was working as a security guard. I was earning just £3.25 an hour. I was overpaid. I was overpaid. You're right. You're right. But that was minimum wage. I think that was the minimum required amount they had to pay me. I think what they were trying to say to me is that if we could pay you less, we would. Yes, exactly. That's $4.98 an hour. And I then did a bit of telesales, and I got fired from my job after 14 months. In 2003, I got fired from my job. I was broke. I was $11,000 in debt, basically 7,000 pounds in debt. I was depressed. I was so depressed, I couldn't even get out of bed. I couldn't go out and find another job. I was unemployed, and after 2 months of not paying the rent, I got kicked out of where I was living, and I ended up being a squatter. I squatted an abandoned building for 4 to 5 months in London. So that was my life in 2003. And I was $11,000 in debt because, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of you get your paycheck, let's say about $800, $700, and that entire amount goes towards paying off your credit card bill. So you start off the month, as soon as you get your paycheck, at zero, and to survive the next 30 days and pay your rent, you've got to take cash from your credit cards. Anybody ever had that experience? Yeah, a few people. And so that was my life. So at first it was 1 credit card, then 2, then 3, then 4. And I was living on credit card debt month on month just to survive. So anyway, that was my life in 2003. And one day I just got angry. I was so angry with myself, so disappointed with myself, so desperate. And I had all these voices in my head, voices like, you're ugly, you're lame, you're pathetic, I mean, look at you, you can't even feed yourself. I remember being in a supermarket, and I had, in one hand, I had a piece of broccoli, right? Piece of broccoli for like 32 pence, let's say. And a cucumber in the other hand for about, whatever, 27 pence, let's say. And I was thinking, should I buy this for 32 pence or this one for 27 pence? And I broke down in tears in the supermarket because I realized I'm $11,000 in debt. I can't even afford to buy a cucumber or a piece of broccoli, right? I mean, that was my mindset. I remember looking at people who were buying laptops, £1,000 for a laptop. And I was thinking to myself, I will never be, it will take me years for me to pay off my debt, try and save up a little bit of money to buy a laptop. That was where my mindset was just about 8 years ago, 8, 9 years ago. One day, I'm so angry at myself, I needed to get the voices to shut up, basically. So I started running through the streets of London, and it's pouring down with rain, and I'm crying my eyes out, and I'm soaking wet, I'm cold, and I end up running down to the end of this cemetery, the Old Brompton Road in London. And I collapsed amongst these tombstones, and I said to myself, that's it, I'm going to kill myself, I can't go on like this, I'm just in my early 20s, and this is no way to live. I've disappointed everybody. I can't go on like this. And at some point, I looked up to one of the tombstones, and it said, James something. He lived from 1622 till 1646. He died when he was 23 years old, right, in the 1600s. And he died at approximately the age that I was then, when I was in that cemetery. And this thought got into my head, like, what would it say on my tombstone if I died in that cemetery at that point, right? What could it say? You know, Mark Anastasi, nice enough guy, never hurt anybody. Dead, the end, right? People always laugh when I say this. I don't know why. I'm trying to create drama here, right? You're not helping. Try, oh. Let's try this again. Try, oh. Okay, cool. So I'm there and I'm crying. Okay, much better. Okay, so. So I'm going to write that one down at the end of the seminar because that is good. I'll use that. Yes, yes. I was being sensible. Yeah, because I would get a free burial. Great. Such a, you know. I love your compassion, sir. That's fantastic. Great. That's clever thinking. It's cheap. Anybody likes Russell Peters, the stand-up comedian? Yeah. So what was I saying? Right, so cheap burials at a cemetery. No, I got angry and I decided, you know what, this is not going to be the end. I'm going to find a way to turn things around. And I stood up and I decided I'm going to use this situation to turn things around, and whatever it takes, I'm going to find a way to turn my life around financially first and foremost. And you know what I did? I delivered a seminar to all these tombstones around me, and I told them about personal development and goal setting and how I was going to make something happen, and that I was going to use this experience to inspire other people, and that I would devote the rest of my life to go around the world touring, well, not touring, but go around the world and share with people what tools and strategies I took to turn my life around, right? And what happened was, you know how when you make a decision, suddenly you notice things happening in your life? Have you ever had an experience where you set a goal or you make a decision, like a powerful decision, and suddenly you start seeing people, situations, or opportunities come into your life that you hadn't even noticed before? Anybody? Yes? Yeah? So that's what started happening. And I heard about this seminar. And it was, as it happened, it was taking place at the end of Old Brompton Road. So it was close to that area where I was living. And in November 2003, I attended this seminar. What I learned there changed my life. It was a personal development seminar, and told you about using your mind in a different way, eliminating limiting beliefs, programming yourself for success and things like that. But also, as luck would have it, the gentleman sitting next to me, his name was Francis, and you do a little bit of small talk with it, like at the breaks, like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? Etc. Etc. And he told me he makes money online. And this is 2003, right? And I begged him. I said, Francis, listen, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that. He said, okay, you want money, you want a job? I said, no, I don't want a job from you, I don't want money from you. I've read this book. I've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And in it he says, work to learn, don't work to earn. If you work in a job just to earn money, then okay, you'll take the money, you'll spend it, you're back at zero. But work in a job where you can learn something. I'll work for you for free, Francis, just teach me this strategy and I'll do whatever it takes, I'll make it happen, right? And he kind of laughed it off. He said, no, that's fine. It's very simple. It's just 4 steps. So I followed his instructions, steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the result was that 28 days later, I had my very own business making me $300 a day in passive income. Right? I'd spent $400 on a credit card to get my first ever website set up. It was a website selling an ebook, in case you're wondering. And I was selling it for $67. The first day, I made 0 sales. The second day, I made my first sale at $67, more money than I'd ever made before as a security guard. And then by the end of the week, I was making 5 sales a day. So over $300 a day in passive income. While I was sleeping, there were people in the US and around the world buying this product from my site. Imagine waking up in the morning and you've already made $200 or $300. Who would like to wake up in the morning, they've already made a couple of $100? Yes? That's pretty cool. By the way, this was thanks to the person sitting next to me at a seminar like this one. Turn to the person next to you, point to them and say, you're going to make me $1 million. That's right, turn to the person on the other side, give them a high five and say, you're going to make me $1 million. Turn to the person behind you and go, you're going to make me $1 million. Point to yourself and say, I'm going to make me $1 million. Say yes. Yes. Say yes. Yes. Cool. All right. By the way, this is true. The speakers were delivering great information, but you'll be amazed at these events who might be sitting next to you, right? So Armin Morin says, it's crazy in today's world to be going for the trial and error approach to business. Just get a mentor and follow a proven formula. My dad, who's in his 60s now, he's been a journalist for 40 years. He's never made money. He's tried 30 different ways to make money. But you know what? He never attended a seminar like this. He never learned about business or about marketing. He was too proud to ask for help from a mentor. He thought, oh, no, I'm an employee of, it's fine. I don't need to learn about business. I'll just start something and it will work. One of his ideas was gambling. I'll go to the casino and go gambling, yes? My dad's beliefs about money was this. Rich people are evil and greedy and exploitative. We're good people, so we're broke. The only way to get rich is by bribing the Greek government. Right, okay. So you can imagine. Sorry? Yeah, exactly. You see exactly what, well, that's the situation right now in Greece. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, so I wish he had learned these things back in the day. It would have saved my family so much pain and heartache, and I think it's actually one of the main reasons why I do what I do. If I can help some people, some families, maybe some people who are struggling with some new ideas, and then their lives are improved by it, I feel like I'm kind of fixing what I couldn't fix back then, kind of thing, So anyway, enough psychological analysis of the speaker on stage. Anyway, moving on. I attended more seminars. I invested 100 grand to learn new income-producing, income-generating strategies. I didn't invest it all at once, but I invested 10 grand, 5 grand. I made some more money. I invested some more because I knew that my return on investment had already been extraordinary. By the way, I spent $400 on that website. I've made since 2004 $1.8 million in sales just from ebooks. I've sold over 40,000 ebooks since 2004. I've had more than 6 million visitors to websites, more than 50,000 clients now worldwide. My business is, when I say my business is in 116 countries, what I mean is I have clients that I've gained through the internet, of course, right? In 116 different countries. More than 20 different income streams, of which 15 are passive income streams. Over $7 million in sales since 2004. And I don't say this to impress you, although, when you start out a seminar, people want to know, like, why should I listen to you, blah, 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 here's a slide, blah, blah, blah. But here's what I think is impressive. I've done this part-time working from home. And when I say from home, I mean just from my laptop from anywhere around the world. While I'm skiing in Val d'Isère in France, when I'm galloping across the Giza Plateau in Egypt, when I'm at a health detox in Thailand, when I'm in Bermuda, when I'm in the Maldives, one of my favorite places in the world, the Maldives, when I'm traveling anywhere around the world, I just take out my laptop and I can run my business. This summer we were in Corfu and in the Greek islands and Santorini. Anybody has been to Santorini? Some people? Yeah, you loved it? Oh, you'd love to? Yeah, incredible place. My sister just got married to one of our speakers, one of my friends, Stephen Essa at the back. Anybody heard of Stephen Essa? Yeah, some people know Stephen Essa. Fantastic, great, great. Well, he married my sister, and in internet marketing terms, it's what we call a joint venture. Since 2004, I've trained over 11,000 people. I run a lot of seminars as well in the UK. And I did that, I started doing that because as soon as I started making money, I had people and friends and just acquaintances of friends showing up at my doorstep asking me how I make money online. So every day I had 1 or 2 or 3 people show up at my doorstep and ask me, knock on the door and ask me, how did you do this? And what I realized is that people who are struggling, if you give them money, right? Let's say somebody says, oh, I'm really struggling financially, and you just give them money to make that problem go away for a little bit. What happens to that person? What happens in that situation? Let me hear from those people over here. I can't really see you very well because the lights are in my eyes, so I feel I'm neglecting you. Karina at the back, when Stephen neglects her, she says, I feel, with a Borat voice, I feel neglect. Are you feeling neglected? No? No? Good. So, guys, tell me, what was the question again? Right. What do you think happens when somebody's struggling and you just give them money? They'll just come back. They'll come back again. Are you empowering them? No. What are you doing? Disempowering them, yes? because they haven't learned anything from it. Not only that, it becomes an expectation. They expect you to always give money to them. Not only that, they resent you for giving them money. Even if it's subconscious, even if they don't say it to you, at some level, they resent the fact that what does he think? He's better than me, or she's better than me, giving me money, helping me out, things like that. So what I found is that running events, actually educating people is much more empowering, and Jamie feels the same way, of course, is much more empowering for that person, for their family, for the friends of the family, for that community even, than just giving money. So anyway, so I started a seminar business is the long and the short of it. So, and I continue this. I love researching and sharing ideas. I wrote this book. It was 2 years of my life, and it's finally came out. It's become a New York Times bestseller. It's also become a Wall Street Journal bestseller, as well as a USA Today bestseller. And it was even the day that it came out, it was the #1 best-selling book on the whole of Amazon.com, even outselling Steve Jobs' biography. Well, thank you. Good. And I almost sent out an email, by the way, to my list to celebrate, Take that, Steve Jobs. But somebody reminded me that might not have been appropriate. Anyway, it's now selling in bookstores all around the world. It's quite a weird feeling, especially when you're selling ebooks. I've just done these few little sales from my laptop while I'm on holiday on a cruise ship or somewhere, etc., to suddenly walk into a bookstore at an airport and see your book there. It's a bit of a surreal experience. But anyway, much better than all that ego-stroking stuff that I was talking about, is testimonials like this. People have started writing in. They've been reading the book in the last 4 months since it came out, and they've been telling me things about how it's compelling information, but better than that, I've been able to pay the rent. This is a blueprint. The strategies described are extremely clear. I make between $2,500 and $4,500 a month. I love this one from Andres Gonzalez from Los Angeles. I turned $10 into $123 in less than 24 hours. It helped me achieve my #1 goal, which was to prove to my family that I could make money online. You can imagine the pride that he felt after trying all kinds of different things that weren't working, and his family saying, "Oh, this, give up," and all of that stuff. So anyway, I really like that testimonial. I'm netting a huge amount because of the outsourcing idea. Just love your stuff, says Wayne Kurtz. I turned 2 of your ideas into a $3,000 a month income stream. Mark Ryan says, thanks for the business plan. You showed me how to create a system that's $10,000 a month recurring in less than a week. He picked up the book, took one idea, and turned it into a $10,000 a month income stream. Like I said, I've spent a lot of time, a lot of research to put that information into this book, and I selected out of thousands and thousands of ideas and strategies, really like the cream of the cream, and it's great to see people getting great results from it. Now, in this book is like a conversation between myself and the laptop millionaire, my mentor, the gentleman that was sitting next to me at a seminar, right? And I explain 7 secrets of wealth creation. I'm going to share with you 4. Is it okay if I share with you 4 secrets that my mentor shared with me? It's not about internet marketing specifically, but because it's more like it's more of a philosophy of wealth creation, shall we say. But once you understand these 4 secrets, you'll understand internet marketing and what I'm sharing with you today, the 4-hour business, just like that. It'll make sense. So let's begin. First of all, what is money? What is it? Who wants to tell me what money is? What is money, in your opinion? Energy. Money is an idea. Money is an energy. Energy, great. Money is a tool, fantastic. What else? Yes? Money is a piece of paper that somebody printed and gave to us and told us that it's worth something. Are you a fellow conspiracy theorist? Yes? Let's have a conversation about aliens and reptilians at the back later. Fantastic. What is money? Money is an invention. Great. What else is money? Money is time. Sure. Money is time. Yeah, absolutely. Money is wonderful. I like that. Money is wonderful. Money is freedom. Yes. The sentence that really was a big aha moment for me. And I remember what my dad taught me about money, right? So we were always broke. His grandparents, his family was always broke. We were always broke. In fact, I remember I remember growing up in our household, here's the conversation about money. Every Saturday morning, my mom would ask for like 100 drachmas or 200 drachmas to go do the shopping for myself and my two sisters and the household. And he would shout at her, like, what, you want 200 drachmas again? I gave you 200 drachmas the previous week. What did you do with the money? Are you squirreling it away, sending it away back to France because you want to leave me? And that was the conversation. I can't believe you're laughing with my pain. So, no, but that was a conversation, and it was years later that I understood how he was shouting and he was angry because he was, what's that emotion that he was feeling? He was feeling, yes, disempowered. He was feeling inadequate. Yes, he was feeling inadequate in the sense that he couldn't provide for his family, right? So anyway, that was a conversation about money, and what my mentor told me is that, well, money is nothing but the measure of the value you create for other people. Money in your bank account is a representation of how much you've helped other people, how many solutions and products and services you've sold to people, how many solutions you provide. If you provide lots of solutions to lots of people, money flows back towards you, right? I share this little story at my workshop about how, if you imagine a little village 2,000 years ago. There was some guy who was doing the fishing, some guy was doing the creating the swords, some guy was raising chickens, some guy was plowing a field somewhere, right, making bread. And how it worked, how the economy worked is that the guy who had the bread would say, okay, here's 3 loaves of bread in exchange for a fish. Right? Here's 5 fish in exchange for a sword. Here's 5 swords in exchange for a new door for my hut or what have you, right? It was a barter type of economy. And the people that worked the hardest and that produced the most value, right? Produced the most chickens and swords and what have you, it was normal for more value and more wealth to flow their way. Does that make sense? Yeah? So the more you produce, the more solutions you provide, the more money flows back to you. And so in this little example, money was created in order to represent the value of the goods that are being traded. So instead of, because imagine going shopping with chickens and swords and fish, or, it'd be very cumbersome and smelly, not to mention smelly, yes. So money was created to represent actual physical value in the economy. If that makes sense, say yes? Yeah? So, where am I getting with all that? So money is nothing but the measure of the value you create for other people. Trust me, there's an application on the internet. This has something to do with internet marketing and making money online. If you create more value, you'll make more money. So 8 years ago when I got started, instead of asking myself, how can I make more money? Here's the quality question you need to ask yourself that will change your life. How can I create more value? Please write that down. How can I create more value? If you inquire in this direction, I promise you that you'll have a transformation in your financial life that's different to maybe what you've experienced so far. And here's what I found, that value, it means solving problems for people. People value it when you provide solutions for them. Do you know that the richest, most successful people in the world, do you know that they have a huge problem? They have a huge problem in that they don't have enough time. They have a huge problem in that they have so much money to manage, they're always looking for better ways to get a better return on investment. They have problems. You can provide solutions, or people, as entrepreneurs, we can provide solutions. Value is also giving people what they want. So tell me, what do people want? And I want everybody to participate. What do people want? I'll start off by saying this. People want food, people want accommodation, houses, etc. What else do people want? Time. People want time, yes. Do people want time? Yes. Great. What else do people want? Experiences. People want experiences, yes. What else? People want clothes, quality of life, perfect. What else? Health. They want health, although they want more than health. They want to overcome health problems. Health challenges, keep that in mind. What else? What else do people want? This side. They're completely beating you to the ground here. You've got to get into the game. Love. People want love. Great. What else do people want? Money. People want money. What else? Good. Information. What else? Music, lifestyle, entertainment. Yes. Distractions. What else? They want toys, they want cars, they want status, they want a good education for their children, right? Now, think about this. All of these wants and needs and desires that people have out there, right? And there are millions and millions of businesses and entrepreneurs out there, yes? Yes. Right? Now, all of these wants and desires that people have, is everybody on the planet happy and fulfilled and has all of their wants and desires and they're the exact thinness and you know, the weight that they want and with the car? Yeah? Is everybody like this totally fulfilled in life? No, exactly. Are they a little bit fulfilled towards that? Not even close, not even close, right? What I'm trying to say is that if you were to understand the scope of the opportunity that is presented to us as entrepreneurs, to make a difference in people's lives, to make money, to create wealth, it's unlimited. You can't even wrap your mind around how much opportunity there is right now. And what the internet is just a medium, is just a way to communicate to a person, to reach a person, to let them know, hey, we're over here, we have some solutions for you. What is business? A business is just an intermediary between a target market and the solutions that they need, the value that they need. This is how I teach Business 101 when I start off my workshops. It's, you see, what a business is, you find a group of people. Let's say the group of people is people who want to lose weight. And there's a group of people who want to lose weight. And over here, there's all the solutions and products, and what could be some solutions and products that target market may want or may buy right now? What are they buying?
Weight loss book.
Weight loss book, great. What else?
Weight loss programs.
Weight loss programs, what else?
Shakes.
Shakes, yeah, shakes, nutritional things to lose weight. What else? This side. Pills, yeah, diet pills, yeah. What else would they buy?
Gym equipment.
Gym equipment, perfect, yeah, gym equipment. Gym memberships. Yes? One more from this side. I'm putting the pressure on you. You trainer, personal trainer, fantastic, great. he let you off the hook. Okay. So the point I'm making is this. You've got the target market, the value, the business connects the two. And what is marketing? Marketing is just the little process here, the process of communicating to that target market. Hello, target market, we have the solutions for you over here. Hello. Now, tell me something. What are different ways for a business to communicate to a target market? Blogging, radio advertising, what else? I know it's late on a, are we Sunday? Are we I'm so jet lagged, I have no idea. What city am I in? We're Monday, yeah? I know we're late on, are we late on a Monday or is it morning? It's late on a morning. Okay, so it's late on a Monday, I get it, but what are different ways for people to communicate to a target market? Email marketing, brilliant. What else? Facebook, great. And Facebook ads, Facebook messages, great. What else? Newspapers, classified ads, advertising in newspapers, great. What else? Television, Google ads, or search engine optimization, yeah, great. What else? What else? Twitter, what else? YouTube, yeah? Direct selling, but you mean telesales or that? Direct selling, telesales, direct mail, yeah? What else?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, absolutely. What else? Webinars are a great way, absolutely. You can market to people on Amazon.com, through Google, through LinkedIn. LinkedIn, huge. Through, we mentioned YouTube, through Twitter, we mentioned that. Google, yes, we mentioned that as well. Through millions and millions of websites that you can put ads on, yes? Through solo ads, through email marketing, through, okay, I'll skip about 1,000 of them. There are literally millions and millions of ways of doing this. I'll tell you where the problem lies. People who are still thinking with an employee mindset, who are thinking like business opportunity seekers, they hear that somebody makes money on eBay, and they think, aha, that's the solution, I'll make money on eBay. They fail to understand that this is, they fail to see the big picture. eBay is just a way of communicating to a specific target market. Most business opportunity seekers never make money or never make money sustainably because they're thinking just about how to quickly get a buck as opposed to how to deliver consistently value to a target market. Is this making sense to anybody here, what I just said? Yeah? You've got to think like a business owner, and you're at the right seminar for that. Think like a business owner, not like a business opportunity seeker. I just realized, I'm saying this, you're probably all business owners. Who here is a business owner? Who owns a business? Yeah. Who doesn't own a business yet? Okay, good. So there's a few people who don't have a business yet. Great. Okay, wealth creation secret number 2, money equals value times leverage. That means basically if you increase the leverage in your business, you'll increase the money. And by leverage, here's what I mean. Leverage the internet, leverage technology, leverage sales pages, leverage affiliates, autoresponder systems to reach more people and deliver more value. Yeah, money equals value times leverage. When I started out, I spent $400 to set up my website. What I didn't realize I was doing was that I was leveraging at the same time. Why did I go from $0 to $300 a day? And I didn't know this at the time. I was leveraging autoresponder systems. I was leveraging clickbank.com. I was leveraging a network of 120,000 affiliates that could promote my ebook online. I was leveraging, what else was I leveraging? I was leveraging Google AdWords. I was paying about $5 to $10 a day to buy some clicks, and I was making $300 back from my sales of my product. So I was using all this leverage. I didn't know to call it leverage at the time, but now, looking back, I realized that that's why it worked, because I was using millionaire principles, millionaire secrets that just work. Think about any successful millionaire that you know, you'll realize that they've got a target market or multiple target markets, and that they are using a lot of leverage in their business. They're leveraging something, whether it's a TV network, advertising, lots of staff, a business system, something. They're using a lot of leverage. The corollary to all this is if you want to make more money, simply deliver more value or apply more leverage in your business. People all the time come to me and say, I'm not making enough money. Great. Well, examine, are you delivering enough value to the marketplace, and are you using enough leverage? Number 3 is to deliver more value, you need to sell products. To deliver more value, you need to sell products. When you're selling your time, there's a limit to how much time you can sell, so your earning potential is limited. When you're selling products, there's no limit to how many products, how many different types of products, how many different product ranges in different markets that you can be selling. The link between how much money you're making and your time is broken. Does that make sense? Okay, I don't think it made sense. But it was one of the biggest aha moments that I had when I was starting out, when I realized that my entire life, going to school, they only taught me about selling my time, becoming an employee. At school, they teach you to sit down, shut up, do as we tell you, repeat what we tell you well enough, because they were programming us to be good robots, good factory workers or good soldiers. That's what the educational system is designed for, to create a uniform society where everybody just does as they're told. And I realized, why didn't they tell us that it's a better idea to sell products? You can access now a global market by selling your products. You add more value because you're adding value with your products to more people at the same time. You can use massive leverage. You can't apply a lot of leverage if you're selling your time, but you can apply massive amounts of leverage if you're selling products. You can work from home, you can automate your business, you get passive income. There's all kinds of benefits to when you're selling products rather than your time. Okay, so think about, if you don't have a product yet, how can you have a product? How can you create a product? It's now easier than ever before to create a product. I just finished reading the biography of Arnold Schwarzenegger, fantastic book. He moved to the US in 1968, 1969. He was working for this guy, Joe Vader, whatever his name is. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was going around with a little tape recorder interviewing bodybuilders about their exercise routines and about their nutritional supplements and what have you. And then Joe Vader would take the tapes and create home study courses and products out of it and sell it through mail order. The guy made millions. And what a lot of people don't know is that Arnold Schwarzenegger started out as a copywriter and writing, basically he set up his own mail order business. He was making thousands of dollars back in 1969 with his mail order business because he'd learned about a bit of copywriting, a bit of marketing, and he would advertise in these fitness magazines. People would send him checks to get his little booklets of bodybuilding and his bodybuilding products. Anyway, I like that story, so I like sharing it. There we go. Okay. Nobody liked that story. I thought it was a cool story. Never mind. Moving on. Wealth creation secret number 4. The money is in the list. Right. The money is in the list. This point really hit home for me back in 2009. I was on a cruise ship. I was doing a little cruise around the Mediterranean. And while I was away, I'd set up 4 or 5 emails to go out while I'm away during that week of the cruise. One email went out, and I made $1,187 from one email sent to my list. I'd built a list of about maybe 20,000 people by that point. I sent another email out while I was on the cruise, while I was on holiday, $1,085 from sending out one email to the list. Sent another one, that was $1,400. I think that actually grew to about $2,000. The point is that from just 4 or 5 emails, I made $5,708 in 45 minutes of work, just setting up those few emails, sending out 4 emails whilst I was on holiday. And that's when I started realizing, wow, this list that I've built, maybe I should be sending more emails to them. Thanks to my list, thanks to the list of subscribers that I built, in 2006, I promoted a seminar, and I had 1,000 people show up at that seminar. It was February 2006. It was called The Mental Game of Money in London. 2007, I'd filmed a workshop. I charged $3,000 for this 2-day workshop, all about how to make money from ebooks, because everybody was asking me about it. So I filmed that product. I packaged it. It was a set of 7 DVDs and a manual, and I sold 800 DVD sets to my list through joint venture people's lists, joint venture partners lists, and brought in 300 and something thousand pounds, about $522,000. That's US dollars. 2008, I sent out the direct mail letter to my list. I was promoting a coaching program. It was 3 months coaching for $4,500, and it brought in over $70,000 in 3 days, just from sending a letter to my 2,000 or 3,000 clients at the time. 2009, I sent out another letter to them. It generated $45,000 in 3 days. 2010, I promoted my first ever joint venture webinar. Who here has heard about webinars? Yes? You've all heard about webinars. Fantastic. Awesome strategy. I generated $200,000 in sales in 90 minutes. I was interviewing somebody in Thailand. I was at a hotel in Heathrow in London in my underwear. You probably didn't need to know that. But anyways, webinars are absolutely fantastic. 2010 still, I promoted a membership site that I'd set up, $97 a month, and I got 220 members. It generated an extra $100,000 in profit that year from doing 3 joint venture webinars, 3 webinars actually, to my list in 2010. 2011, I sold 5,000 ebooks. It was an ebook about Facebook, and generated $400,000 in 30 days. 2012, I launched my book, promoted it to my list, and we had thousands of people buy it straight away, so it shot up to the New York Times bestseller list, right? The point I'm making about this is that I've managed to do all of these things mostly because of millionaire secret number 4, which is the money's in the list. The money's in the list. Turn to the person next to you, give them a high five, and say, I'll build my list. Turn to the person on the other side of you and say, you'll build your list. Oh, come on. Do it like you really mean it. Say, I'll build my list. Fantastic. Good. Just making sure you're still awake. Jeff Johnson says this: everything that you do online should be leveraged for you to build your list. Chuck Mulaney says, let me set the record straight for you right now. Here's what works. Build a mailing list. Build a mailing list. And then recommend solid products, good products that you know can benefit them. This is what works. Practically every internet entrepreneur out there has built a list in some shape or another. John Reese says this: email marketing kicks the hell out of anything else. When it comes to growing a business online, nothing generates long-term cash flow like an email list of engaged subscribers and customers. Chris Farrell says, here are the only 3 steps you need to make money. Step 1, choose your target market. 2, build a list of subscribers. 3, promote relevant products to them. Here's 3 important reasons why you must build your list. Number 1, having a list equals freedom. It equals freedom. And it means that it means you make money on demand. When you have a mailing list of subscribers, you can log into your autoresponder account, send an email to them, and make money on demand. The moment you want it, you come up with an offer, you find a product to recommend to them, email them, and you make money on demand. I'll show you how my entire business is based on me spending 30 minutes in the morning writing a couple of emails. the 4-hour business. And imagine the leverage, the power of being able to sell to, let's say, 5,000 or 10,000 prospects at the touch of a button. That's the amazing power of email marketing. That's why John Reese says email marketing kicks the hell out of everything else. Is this making sense so far? Yes. Yeah? Number 2, having a list means freedom. You can log in from anywhere around the world, log into your GetResponse account, getresponse.com, that's what I use. I log into my GetResponse account, and I can send out an email from anywhere around the world where I have internet access. Number 3, having a list means you can give yourself a pay rise every month. You should be making at least, I'd say, to be conservative, 50 cents to $1 per subscriber per month. Write that down, 50 cents to $1 per subscriber per month. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's do a little quick workshop. Write down the amount of money you'd like to make every month. How much would you like to make every month? Like a conservative figure, not something too crazy, just something that you feel is achievable, but that you would really like to do. Usually people say anywhere between $5,000, $10,000, sometimes a bit more. Please write down that number on your piece of paper. Then write down how many subscribers do you need to have on your list to make that amount of money every month. Considering that you'll probably make anywhere from 50 cents to $1. It could be even more, but just to be conservative, 50 cents to $1. So how many subscribers do you need? I want to hear some people share with me. How many subscribers do you need?
100,000.
You need 100,000 subscribers. What else? 10 to 20,000. Great. What else? Somebody else? 10 to 20,000. Fantastic. Great. Great. Now there was this this book came out a few years ago by Tim Ferriss. I mean, you know, it's a good book. I mean, there's lots of, you know, great books out there, there's a great book, and he talks about how the 4-hour work week and how he uses terms like you can outsource your life and create virtual businesses. In other words, you can have a website, a web business, and you can hire some outsourcers, let's say some outsourcers from the Philippines, yes? Okay, that's what he means there, but you can, how in the last few years you can do things like outsource your life and create virtual businesses. And, but he doesn't explain how. He doesn't explain like a specific strategy that you can use. So this is what I want to do in this presentation. And that's what I call the 4-hour business. If you only have 30 minutes a day, this is the business blueprint to follow because it has so much power to it, so much leverage to it, as you're about to see. Here's the system. I like systems. I like sharing simple systems that anyone can copy. Step 1 is you set up an opt-in page. That means you choose a target market, you choose a topic. It could be dating advice, it could be Forex, it could be health, it could be about arthritis, it could be about weight loss, it could be about making money, it could be about lease options, it could be whatever it is that your topic is about. You set up an opt-in page for that target market. Do we all know what an opt-in page is? Yeah, where you type in your name and email address and click submit. You know, it's a page which has a form on it, which says, to get this free report, type in your name, your email address, and click submit, right? That's an opt-in page, okay? And automatically what happens when they click submit, that name and email address gets sucked into their GetResponse account, their autoresponder account, and they can log in and see the database that's being formed in their online GetResponse account. Are there any questions about what I just mentioned? It basically just know that if you have an opt-in page, let me show you an opt-in. You know what? I'll show you an opt-in page in a second. You set up an opt-in page. Number 2, you get your outsourcers to build your list for you. To build your list for you. They do that by driving traffic to your opt-in page. Number 3 is you send an email to your list promoting a product or a webinar. So let's go through this again. Step 1, you set up an opt-in page. Step 2, your outsourcers build a list for you. Step 3, you send an email to your list promoting a product or a webinar. Can I have some internet access details, please? It's already done? Okay, great. Okay. Step 1, set up an opt-in page. Okay, this is an opt-in page, for example, right? There's a headline. Read this free report. Put your email address in here. Click submit for click on free instant access to download this report. Okay, that's an opt-in page. It's a website, web page, rather that has this this form on there where people can put in their email address. And the more traffic you drive to an opt-in page, what happens? The more. No, the more you build your list, yeah? The more people enter their email address, and so the more they grow their list. Okay, so step 1 is you're going to set up an opt-in page. Now, I have 500 opt-in pages out there. Ask me, Mark, how do you set up an opt-in page? Ask me, how do you set up an opt-in page?
How do you set up an opt-in page?
I have no idea. I've been doing this for 8 years. I have no idea. I'm not technically minded in the slightest. This is a PC laptop. Do you know why? Because I don't understand how to operate a Mac computer, okay? And I'm not technically minded at all, but I understand this. I can tell a web designer, set me up an opt-in page like this one, great, and 10 minutes later I get an email back, it's done, great. And I know that if I keep driving traffic to this opt-in page, out of every 100 people that see this page, maybe 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 of them are going to opt in. They're going to type in their email address and join my list. So I know that as long as I keep driving more traffic, my list is going to keep increasing, right? Does this make sense? Yeah? Okay. That's all you need to know. That's all I needed to know. That's all I still need to know to this day. I have no idea how the technical thing works. I just know they use some code from getresponse.com and they put it behind here on the web page, and then there's a thingamajig, and then there's a thing, and I have no idea. There we go. Step 2, my outsourcers build my list for me. Would you like to see what they do on a day-to-day basis to build my list? Yes? If you want to see it, say yes? Yes. I can always skip to the end. Okay, number 2, my outsourcer build my list for me. Here's what we set up. Please write these down. This is from, I have this, I was part of this mastermind back in June, and we discussed amongst ourselves, a bunch of laptop entrepreneurs, what we do to build the list and what tasks we give to our outsourcers. And here's what we came up with, basically. I'll tell you the system in the next slide, but here's what you need in order to apply the system. A Fiverr account, Fiverr.com, that's 2 R's, Fiverr.com. I once said at a seminar, you need Fiverr. And the lady at the back said, you need fiber? She thought I said fiber. Anyway, Fiverr. Fiverr account, you pay $5 per gig that you buy on Fiverr.com. A gig on Fiverr.com is, for example, they'll say, pay me $5 and I will send a tweet to my list of 180,000 Twitter followers 5 times a day for 30 days, and this costs $5. I'll promote you to my 180,000 people 5 times a day for 30 days for just $5. Basically, Fiverr.com has thousands and thousands of gigs like the one I've just described. It's basically what people will do for $5. They go and post their gig, their micro job on there, and this site gets 2 million visitors a day, people going to buy gigs. Anyway, justretweet.com, I paid $2, as an example, I paid $2.27 once, I got $146 back, 146 clicks back rather. Just Retweet is this, you post a tweet on your Twitter account and you can pay people to go and retweet it to all of their followers, right? Pretty powerful concept, and you see when you do it on a larger scale, it really pays off. YouTube account, that's free. eSignArticles.com account, that's free. OnlyWire.com account, that's free. We were going to use socialmarker.com. What OnlyWire.com does is it does social bookmarking for you. It basically bookmarks all of your content, like a blog post or YouTube video, etc., across 40 plus different social bookmarking sites like Dig and all kinds of other sites I don't even remember. Tiny.cc, you'll understand why this is important. Tiny.cc account to create shortened URLs when we're promoting our different websites and opt-in pages. Trafficgeyser.com account for videos. And what that does is we take the video. I have an outsourcer that creates one video a day for me, and she distributes it across, well, not 40 so much, but about 20 different video sites. Submityourarticle.com account, that submits your articles to thousands of, or over 1,000 article directories. And safeswaps.com. Safeswaps.com is where we go for ad swaps and to buy solo ads. Does everybody know what a solo ad is? Who doesn't know what a solo ad is? Right, great. A solo ad is when you pay somebody who has a list, you pay them for them to send an email out for you, okay? You pay them, let's say you'll pay them $100 and they'll send out an email to their 5,000 subscribers, for example, right? Or 3,000 subscribers. By the way, make sure you go to safe-swaps.com, not safeswap.com. You'll find an entirely different type of website. We made that mistake once at a seminar. Okay, so naked people. Anyway, we set up also some opt-in pages. We set up 10 new opt-in pages because we wanted to test the opt-in page, but also we wanted to test this system. So that's what we set up after we had this meeting to see how we can automate our business more so that we can run our businesses in just 30 minutes. Okay, so now let me explain how this all fits together. Every day, while I'm traveling, while I'm sleeping, while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing, my outsourcers, I have 4 people, and here's what they do. Actually, it's 3 outsourcers plus a web designer, so this is 3 outsourcers that do these things. Outsourcer number 1, the first thing she does in the morning is she checks our statistics, and she reports back to me of how much traffic we had to our sites, how many opt-ins, how many people subscribe to us, and also how many sales we did that day. Because you can't improve what you can't measure. So every single day, we try to get more and more subscribers, more and more traffic. This is why right now I'm getting 127,000 visitors a month, approximately. I mean, there's ups and downs, right? But approximately 127,000 visitors a month to my different websites. And outsourcer number 2, she creates a video, 1 video per day, uploads it first to YouTube, and then she also uses Traffic Geyser to distribute it to over 20 different video sites. This is a strategy or a mindset in doing this, which we call owning more of the internet. If every day you're owning more video space, more videos out there, more articles out there, more blog posts, suddenly you have this huge online real estate where people, whatever they're typing in, whatever their videos they're trying to look at, they land on one of your online properties. Free social media properties for the most part. Is this making sense? Yeah? Right, it's like the Monopoly game, the Monopoly board in a sense, right? Outsourcer number 1 again, she buys 3 gigs per day on Fiverr.com or JustRetweet.com, sending traffic to my opt-in pages, and she also buys solo ads, specifically on SafeSwaps.com, but we actually have over 140 solo ad providers that we have vetted and that we buy solo ads from. Solo ads are fantastic. You can basically pay people to drive traffic to your sites. Is absolutely brilliant. Solo ads. And outsourcer number 1 does point 1, 3, and 4. She's the only one really that I let have access to my PayPal account. And I leave enough money in the PayPal account so that she can buy these gigs for $5 every day, can buy some solo ads every day to drive more traffic. Uploads 2 articles a day. That's outsourcer number 2. Actually, no. Outsourcer number 3 uploads 2 articles per day on ezinearticles.com, and he uses submityourarticle.com to distribute to 1,000 plus different article directories. We buy some articles, but some of the content is also content that's used from my book or from what I write in my newsletter, and so they use either bought content or my own content, turn it into 2 articles, and he distributes it throughout the internet. Because what we want is we want to have so many thousands and thousands of videos and articles out there, all linking back to my opt-in pages, because like those gurus say, everything you do online should be geared towards building your list. Exactly. Number 6, post my, right. This is back to outsourcer number 2. The lady that does the video, she also posts my daily newsletter on my blog. So she does blogging for me. And outsourcer number 3 uses onlywire.com to bookmark our daily content, the articles and the videos and the blog posts across 40 different social bookmarking sites. We're basically using some very simple, basic internet tools that allow you a certain level of leverage to take our content and distribute it more widely. It's like a syndication. It's like, you know, the content you create is being syndicated to many newspapers, for example, right? It's kind of a similar concept there. What happens is this. Now, initially, it was only 30,000 visitors a month, then 35, then 36, then 36,500. But gradually, it grows into where, in the last couple of months, it's been close to 127,000 visitors a month. And not all of this traffic is about building a list. Sometimes it's I don't drive traffic to opt-in pages. But it says here on this slide that last month, I got 3,169 new subscribers. It's actually a little bit old. 2 months ago, I got 5,000 subscribers. Last month, I got about 4,200 because I've been traveling and I wasn't paying attention to it that much. We used more of a budget for something else we were trying out. But the point is that now I'm getting about 4,000 to 5,000 subscribers a month using this system. Okay? And what it means is that every single month, I'm giving myself a pay rise. Because every single month, I have more and more leverage. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah? What was step 1 in this process? Step 1 is you set up an opt-in page. Step 2, what happens? You get your outsourcers to build a list for you, to drive traffic to those opt-in pages. Everybody with me so far? Okay. Would you like to know then how I monetize the list? Monetize the list? Great. Okay. Step 3 is you send an email to your list every day promoting a product or a webinar. Now, let me see if you're qualified to do this. Okay? Not everybody can do this. Who here can send out an email? If you can send out an email, put your hand up, say yes. Yes. Who here feels they can't send out an email? No. If you can send out an email, say yes. Yes? Yes? Absolutely. Okay. Now, please write these down. These are different sites that I go to find relevant products to promote to my list. For example, clickbank.com, we all know. jvzoo.com. warriorforum.com. digiresults.com. pay.com.com. and pay.com.com.com. No, I'm joking. Just pay.com.com. Reminds me of my sister when she was asked to spell her name. Corina. Corina says, how do you spell your name? C for Corina. O for Orina. R for Rina. And her husband Stephen, that's S for Stephen, T for Steven, etc., etc. Now, let me show you. Let's see if I can get online. I want to show you a cool thing I came across just the other day about ClickBank. Who here is familiar with clickbank.com? Yeah, there's over 12,000 products on clickbank.com that you can promote, and you make 50% to 75% commission. Who here is not familiar with clickbank.com? Oh, wow, wow, okay, I didn't realize it. Okay, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes then on this. Clickbank.com is an online marketplace that has over 12,000 ebooks and downloadable digital products that you can sell, that are being sold, and you can sign up for free and promote them as an affiliate, okay? You can promote 12,000, do you remember I said to you that the more products you can sell, the more money you can make? Well, there's 12,000 different products on there that you can earn a commission of 50% to 75% on them. Now, on the left-hand side, when you go into clickbank.com/marketplace.htm, that's M for marketplace, A for marketplace, clickbank.com/marketplace.htm, okay? On the left-hand side, on the which side? Left-hand side, you have all these categories here. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on e-business and e-marketing. What I'm showing you applies to any category, any niche market that they have there, of course, and they have thousands. Okay. So here it's showing me popular books, popular ebooks that are being sold. Popular ebooks that are being sold on ClickBank right now, and it tells us that on average, if you promote this, it will get you $59 in commission per sale. Here you'll make $77 in commission per sale. Here you'll make $24 in commission per sale. Here is $71 in commission per sale. Would you like to see which are the products that pay you the most amount of money out of the 12,000? Okay, so pay attention to this. I only came across this about a month ago. I thought it was cool. Instead of choosing it by popularity, which is the default option, scroll down, click on this arrow here, and scroll down where it says average rebill total. AVG rebill total. Average rebill total. And let's see what it gives us. Average rebill total, it means this. It's certain sites promote a product where it's a one-off sale, but certain sites promote products that are membership type products where the user is billed monthly. Yes? Who here has ever joined something and they're billed monthly, some continuity program, some membership site? Yes? Anybody in here? Yes? Some membership site? Yes? This side? Yeah? Okay, you know what I mean. So what it means is that sure, you get paid, if you're promoting one of these products, one of these offers, you get paid on the initial sale, but then you get paid month after month after month for as long as that customer is still in that membership site, yes? Now, does that make sense? Yeah. Right? So what it means is that you could make a sale for $27 and let's say you make $15, right? But maybe you now start making $15 a month on the back of that. So let's see if this, no, this is still not, what's going on here? Okay, let's try this again. Ah, okay. Great. So what it gives us here, look at this, Commission Blueprint 2.0. Average dollars per sale, $850 per sale. Now, the initial sale here is just $40. Imagine if you promote something for $40 and you get paid $850 for that. Would that be cool? Yeah? What about the next one here? The next one here, initial dollars per sale, $25.46. Okay, you make a sale, you get only $25 up front. But over time, the income that you've actually made from that sale in commissions is on average $1,160, right? This one here, initial dollars per sale, $6.57. You'll make on average $1,000.28. Now, by the way, the reason why this is so good is because people love the content and those products so much that they stay month after month after month. Does that make sense? Yeah? The next one then, it's, let me see, initial dollars per sale, $2.15. $2.15, but you make, on the back end, you make $916. Who would like to go out, sell things for about $3, and get paid $900 every time you manage to sell something for $3? Yes? Okay. Now to do that though, and to do that consistently, you need to build a list. You need to build a what? List. A what? List. A what? List. A list. You need to build a list. Why? Because you need to get those people onto your mailing list, give them some value first, build that relationship with them, and then send them an email from time to time saying, hey, check out this product. Here's what they're saying about this product. You know, basically send them a little email. And the good news is that they actually often give you, these programs give you ready-made emails for you to copy and paste and send out to your list. Okay, is that cool? Yeah. Yes? Before I forget, let me just show you very quickly. Or maybe not quickly, maybe we'll take our time. Maybe we'll do it gingerly. If you click here on promote, okay, everybody seeing this green button here which says promote? Who'd like to promote an offer? Shall I click on promote? Yes. See what happens? Okay, I'm going to click on promote. Now my ClickBank nickname, I signed up for free with ClickBank, is Inspired86. You don't have to write it down. My bank account details are So my ClickBank nickname is Inspired86. Okay, so let me, I've distracted you. Let me try this again. I click on promote, this pops up, and they ask me for my ClickBank nickname. They say you can earn 60% for each paying customer you refer to this product. For more details, check out the website. Account nickname, I type in Inspired86, great. I click on create, and a fraction of a second later, it's giving me this big long link. Everybody sees that link that I've just highlighted there? I'm going to do right click and copy. Okay, let's go into the browser. Let's see what I'm going to do. Control V to paste it, enter, and let's see what happens. So I've just pasted that. There we go. Okay, so it says here Gcash Sniper / equals Inspired86. Now this is the product that I'm promoting, yes? But do you all understand that this is my affiliate page to that product? Yeah? How long did it take me to set up an affiliate link to promote that page? How long? 2 seconds, 3 seconds? Yeah, less than 5 seconds? Yeah? There's 12,000 products on Click. And this is just clickbank.com. It's not even all the other ones, right? There's hundreds of thousands of affiliate programs out there. Is this useful so far? Yeah? Okay. So I mean, I can do this all day long. You can find some other offers and the same thing. Promote. I clicked on promote. Wait, I need to click out of that one. Okay. Oops, no, I need to click out of that one. Okay, what about this one? I click on promote. I type Inspired86. I click on create. And boom, I have a new affiliate link right there. And when people click on that link, they will go onto this page, and let's see what happens then. Boom, I'm on another affiliate page. What happens if somebody lands on this page, clicks on my link, my affiliate link, lands on this page, and buys that product? What happens? I get paid. I get 60% of that money, right? And I get paid month after month after month. Anyway, so this is just one simple way of having things to promote to your list, right? So I mentioned the system. Step 3 is you send an email to promote a product or a webinar. Now you can promote yourself. You can promote a friend of yours. You can promote all kinds of different offers out there, right? I mentioned these different sites. You can find lots more offers. What I like to promote every 10 days. This is what I do in my 4-hour business. Every 10 days, I promote a webinar. Okay? I promote a joint venture webinar, because with a joint venture webinar or a webinar in general, you can make 10 times more money even than the best converting offers that I've shown you through ClickBank. Why? Because you're not selling a low-cost product on a webinar. You're usually selling something for $400 to $500 to $1,000. The first webinar I ever did, I made $200,000 in just 90 minutes. There's a gentleman I just came across recently. His name is Greg Wells. He makes $20,000 a week from doing a webinar titled The Hidden Job Market. Steven at the back, he was working in, he's the world's number one expert on webinars, in fact. He was working for a real estate guy, and he went to an internet marketing seminar. He heard about webinars, and Steven went to his boss. He said, "Boss, you're selling real estate properties. Let's do a webinar." They made $106,000 in 90 minutes from their first ever webinar. My sister, Karina, who's also at the back, let me tell you this quick story. A year and a half ago, she gets fired from her job in TV production. Okay? It was the 5th time that she got fired. She was working in Greece. She was about 25 years old at the time. And she said to me, "Mark, I'm fed up. This whole thing they sold us about how we've got you got to work hard, study hard, get a job, etc., etc. It hasn't worked. It doesn't work anymore. I'm ready to finally come to one of your seminars." So she came to one of my seminars, and she learned a few basic, simple strategies with social media. In June 2011, she started a business. She said, "I'm going to apply this one strategy I learned from your seminar." In 30 days, she built up a list of 100,000 Twitter followers, not subscribers, 100,000 Twitter followers in 30 days. It's extremely easy to do this, 100,000 Twitter followers. She said, "Okay, what do I do now with all these followers?" I said, "Well, you've got to build your list, okay? You've got to follow the formula, build your list." So she basically started tweeting, sending some posts to her 100,000 Twitter followers saying, hey, blah, 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 here's a link to my opt-in page. Later on, here's a link to my other opt-in page. Download this free report. Download that free. I set up for her 10 different opt-in pages, right? I wanted to accelerate things for her a little bit, so I set up 10 opt-in pages for her. But she did all the rest of the work herself. She said, so that started working. She promoted her first ClickBank product to them. She made $21 that day. She had just started 30 days earlier. She built up the 100,000 Twitter followers. She promoted a ClickBank link to them, and she made her first $21. Now, you got to understand, she'd been fired 5 times. She'd been... her heart had been broken, all kinds of things like that, and she had like terribly low self-esteem during those times, right? And she couldn't believe that something she did online actually worked, and her hard work paid off. She made her first sale for $21. She came out of the office like this. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I've just made $21! She went on for 30 minutes like this. Oh my God! Oh my God! 5 minutes later, oh my God, oh my... Anyway, you get the idea. Because she had finally had a breakthrough. That pride, she felt alive again. Does that make sense? More important than the money, right? And she understood, if I can make $21, I can make $210. I can make $2,000. Because she saw it worked for once, so she now believed that it works and it can work for me. It was a total psychological shift. Does that make sense? Can you imagine what happens the first time you make a sale online? You send an email or you post something on Twitter and you see some money in your account. That shifts everything for people. It's just that most people are not tenacious enough to go over the first few obstacles. She spent 30 days getting those Twitter followers, right? Building up that list of followers. Most people, they give up within 2 or 3 days. And they move on to the next thing, the next thing, and the next thing, and they never get anywhere. Anyway, right, so the story is this. She asked me, I'll take questions at the back at the end. She asked me, okay, Mark, I've done this. She made $91 her first week. She made $200 the second week. She made $250 the third week. After that, I said, listen, you better use this traffic. She was driving traffic to affiliate offers directly. I said, drive the traffic to an opt-in page, build your list, then email them all the time about different offers. Does that make sense? It's 7 times easier to sell to your list because they know you, they've built a bit of a rapport with you, than if you just send cold traffic. In fact, we've calculated it. You send cold traffic, she would send a tweet and get 800 clicks. If you do that, it only makes about 14 cents. Write this down. Cold traffic equals 14 cents per click on average. You'll make 14 cents. That's 0.14. 14 cents per click if you get cold traffic on average. If it's warm traffic from sending an email to your list, it's 70 cents. 70 cents on average. That's the calculation we made about the difference between getting cold traffic from the internet, people that don't know you, than if you get warm traffic. Now, by the way, it's because people buy from people they know, like, and trust. Exactly. So she did that, and a week later, she comes back to me, okay, Mark, I'm building my list. I've got about 2,000, 2,500 subscribers, about 2,000 subscribers at the time. She was building this. What do I do next? I said, what you need to do next is you've got to create a product. If you're selling a product, well, I've already explained to you all the benefits, right? All the different types of benefits from having a product. How do I do it? I explained to her. A week later, she had her first product. It was a Word document which explained, with little pictures, screenshots, how she built a list of 100,000 Twitter followers. Yes? Who would be interested in hearing this, about 100,000 Twitter followers? Yes, lots of people. Turns out lots of people were interested in this. So she said, okay, Mark, it's been a week. I've created my product. What do I do next? I said, Karina, there's this great course by one of my speakers. His name is Steve Essa. You've got to study it. It's all about webinars, okay? So she studied the course about webinars. A week later, she did her first webinar. She promoted it to her list. She made $16,000 in sales from her first ever webinar, promoted to her list. She made 16 little sales at $1,000 each, and she had just studied the course a week before. Yeah, give Karina a round of applause. Sure, absolutely. It gets better than that. A month later, I fly her out to the World Internet Summit in London. I was speaking at the event, and Stephen was speaking at the event as well. And I said, hey, let me introduce you to Stephen. So I brought Karina over. I said, Stephen, this is my sister Karina. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Karina. You won't believe it. Karina studied your course a month ago in August. A week later, she made $16,000 thanks to her first webinar. Yeah. And he was very excited about that. Turns out he was excited about more than just the webinar. And but actually, the first thing he said, I gave her your course, your $3,000 course. I gave her your course, and she studied. She made money. I thought you would be excited. He's like, you gave her my course for free? Anyway, he expected payment. Anyway, turns out he got more than he bargained for. Anyway, and what happened? A week later, he flew her back to the UK for her to speak at a seminar, because of course it's great testimonial for his product, right? When it works like that. And they got together. They got married 9 months later, back in June. Please give another round of applause to my brother-in-law, my sister at the back. The point about that whole story is that you can make so much more money when you're promoting webinars, because on a webinar, you can sell at $400, $500 price points, $1,000, $2,000, even $4,000 products on a webinar. Greg Wells was selling his course about the hidden job market for about $150. He started selling it on a webinar. He could increase the price to $400 because he was selling it through a webinar. That's why he makes now $20,000 a week thanks to webinars. Now, by the way, I have thousands, not thousands maybe about 100 different examples and testimonials and stuff about how amazing webinars are. You're just going to have to take my word for it that webinars are great. If you're not doing webinars yet, do a webinar. All you need is a GoToWebinar account. Write this down, gotowebinar.com. I use two tools in my business, getresponse.com and gotowebinar.com. Getresponse.com and gotowebinar.com. My business philosophy is shaped by the following ideas. Own more of the internet. I explained that the John Reese philosophy, own more of the internet. That means that we want to distribute, we get more and more YouTube videos, articles, etc. Money is nothing but the measure of the value you deliver to other people. The more products you have, the more income streams you have. Sell products, don't sell your time. The money is in the list. Move the free line, says Eben Pagan. It means basically give away more for free than what your competition is doing. There's a line in any niche market, in any target market, there's a line between what is sold and what is given away for free. Well, if you move the free line to giving away products that are great products that used to be sold for a price, then you're moving that free line and you're basically giving more than what your competition is. So that's why I have 500 opt-in pages giving away lots of free content. John Duquesne says, make heroes of your customers. I love sharing with people stories about how my prospects, my clients rather, my students are making money online. That's the basis of my book, in fact. Create a business system, says Michael Gerber from the E-Myth. Since 2004, I've trained more than 11,000 laptop entrepreneurs from all around the world, and I know that this is what happens after a seminar, because we were about to wrap up with this event itself, and I know that this is what happens for a lot of people. They say to me, and I've spoken to over 11,000 people, I know, because I see them again a few months later at a seminar, and they swore to me they were going to take action. They swore to me they were going to start their business, grow their business, do something, and often, here's the conversation I have with them, it's like, oh no, I haven't started yet, life got in the way. Okay? Or they found that their limiting beliefs come back, they're slipping back into old patterns. I went home, I started, I have a million questions. They waste time on working without a mentor, they waste a fortune on costly failures, and unless they've made a major commitment to themselves, they just don't move forward. The number one regret of the dying is I wish I didn't work so hard. There's a great book by Bryony Ware, I think she's Australian, and she wrote this book called The Regrets, Top 5 or Top 10 Regrets, or Top 7 Regrets of the Dying, or something like that. Number one in that list is I wish I didn't work so hard. And because of that, and because of all these different reasons, is why I've put together what I'm about to share with you. Is it okay if I share with you a little package I put specifically and exclusively and only for this group of people? Is that okay?
Yes.
I need a little bit more enthusiasm. Now you're just humoring me. Okay. If you wait 6 months before getting started, it will be the most expensive 6 months of your life. Can you afford to sit around under the illusion that something's going to change? Unless you change. Who has to change what has to happen for you to change your life? Who's going to have to change your life?
Me.
You, exactly, exactly. You can't just sit around. I'll tell you what, my book was published in April, and I sat around by the phone expecting the world to, all the newspapers and magazines and TV stations to call me up for interviews and all of that stuff. I had to wait a heck of a long time for that to happen. I had to go out and put myself out there and call them myself. If you just sit around, the point I'm making is if you sit around just waiting for things to happen, often they don't, right? You've got to make the change.